In a quiet street in Port Harcourt, behind painted walls and polished smiles, lived a couple admired by many. But some houses hide pain, some hearts hide betrayal, and when secrets grow in silence, they often end in tragedy. This is the story of betrayal. Henry and Linda were the picture of a happy couple. Henry, a hard-working engineer, provided everything Linda needed: a good home, a comfortable life, and security. But comfort doesn't always bring connection. Henry mostly was at work, and in that empty house, loneliness crept into Linda's heart. The silence became unbearable. One humid morning, Collins arrived, Henry's younger brother, from the village. His business had collapsed. He needed shelter and family. Henry, ever kind, welcomed him with open arms. "You're my brother. This is your home too." Linda smiled politely, but her eyes lingered a little longer than they should have. Collins was youthful, vibrant, full of jokes, everything Henry had forgotten how to be. He helped around the house, fixed bulbs, even cooked, and slowly blurred the line between family and desire. One rainy afternoon changed everything. Henry was most times at work. The house was silent, warm, and dimly lit by the storm outside. Linda and Collins sat on the couch too close, too long. What started as laughter ended in a kiss. That kiss led to more and more until it became routine, a sin wrapped in secrecy. And then the test turned positive. Linda was pregnant. Henry was so happy and nearly wept for joy. After all these years, finally, a child, he said. Collins only watched with a wicked grin. He knew the child was his, and that knowledge gave him power. Linda finally gave birth to a very handsome boy, but things heated up so quickly the affair had turned into something else. Collins was no longer satisfied with stolen moments. He wanted more. They always do. "Buy me a new phone," he said one day. Linda refused. Then came the threat. "Do it, or I'll tell my brother. I'll ruin you." Terrified, she obeyed. First a phone, then more money, more nights, more shame. Collins became bold, entering her room at night, even while Henry slept in the next room. He even began mocking her. "Your husband is raising my son. You should be paying me for silence." Linda began to wither. Her glow faded. Her smiles became forced. And Henry noticed, but he assumed maybe it was just stress. He didn't know he was sleeping next to betrayal. One day, Collins made a final demand. "Talk to Henry. I need money to travel. If not, I'll expose everything." This threat continued for a year, and that is when Linda summoned evil courage. That night, Linda sat alone in her room, thinking of the destruction waiting to explode, and then her eyes caught the bottle of pesticide behind old paint cans in the kitchen. She didn't plan it that night, but a seed had been planted. A week later, she told Collins, "Henry agreed to give me the money for the travel, so let's celebrate." She cooked jollof rice and fried goat meat, Collins's favourite. She poured wine and mixed in death. Collins laughed as he ate. "At least you still know how to take care of me," he joked. Moments later, he gasped. His body stiffened. His eyes bulged. Linda screamed. Neighbours rushed in. But it was too late. Collins died on the floor, his last breath soaked in betrayal. The family was devastated, especially Henry. The police arrived, but they suspected foul play. An autopsy revealed traces of poison. Detective Ojo, sharp and quiet, began to dig. Collins's phone was found. Inside it, messages, recordings, voice notes, evidence of blackmail, of sex, of secrets. Linda was called in. At first, she denied everything, but the pressure mounted. "We know everything," the detective said. And then she broke. She wept, her voice shaking. "It was a mistake. I didn't mean for it to go this far. I was afraid." The entire story poured out, from the affair to the pregnancy to the poison. Henry sat in silence as the truth was read to him. His brother, his wife, his child. He didn't speak. He didn't cry. He simply left the station. That night, he sat in his living room and wrote a note which reads, "My wife betrayed me. My brother deceived me. My heart is too heavy. I cannot live with this shame." In the morning, a neighbor found him hanging, a rope around his neck, his eyes wide open, frozen in despair. The town mourned. The church held a small service. No one had words, only silence. Linda stood in court, wearing handcuffs and tears. The judge's voice echoed. "For the murder of Collins, you are hereby sentenced to life imprisonment." In a quiet village in Imo State, Mama Ifeoma Henry and Collins's mother received her grandchild. She carried him in silence. She didn't look angry, only broken. "He is blood," she said. "He will not suffer the sins of his parents." And so, the boy was raised far from the city, far from the street where lies were born, far from the house where love died. Some betrayals don't come from enemies, but from the ones you welcome into your home. Some lies don't need words. They grow in silence, watered by fear. This was not just a love story gone wrong. This was blood lies.